Welcome in, folks. Today we are here to break down Malaki Starks, safety at the University of Georgia. He is on the radars of a lot of teams, but I think the Carolina Panthers at pick number 8 may have him in consideration. And it may not be pick 8, it may be a trade back, but today we're going to break down Malaki Starks. To get you prepared, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. As always, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. We're going to have a lot more videos and player profiles coming up. Once we get through free agency, we'll be back doing mock drafts. But for now, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Malaki Starks, 6'1", 205. He is a junior. Currently, right now, his 40 time is 4.35. Had 1 interception, 3 passes defended, 77 total tackles, 52 solo tackles last year for the University of Georgia. Looking at his career, he was a 5-star recruit from Jefferson High School, a state champion in the long jump, 10.55 100-meter dash. He secured a starting role as a true freshman, starting 40 of 41 games at Georgia during his career, and he was a key piece in Georgia's championship caliber defense. He also played quarterback in high school for a little bit. If you go back and look at some of the tape, his college career, freshman year, 68 tackles, a first-team freshman All-American. In 2023, he was a consensus All-American. And then this past year, 77 tackles, 4 for loss, Jim Thorpe Award finalist. You saw us go through the breakdown. The strengths: run defense, elite closing speed, tackles with precision and power, his athleticism, as mentioned, with his speed, quick change of direction, high impact hits, his football IQ, pre-snap adjustments, instinctive zone coverage, ball skills, tracking and adjusting without losing speed. Some of his weaknesses include over-aggression. He can bite on play action, giving up coverage and potential leverage. Got to be important to have leverage and coverage when you're over the top as a safety. Man coverage, he struggles against quick slots, relies too much on recovery speed. Although, guys in the slot, you likely have a nickel that would be covering them. But anyways, pursuit angles, some inconsistency when playing deep safety, and discipline needs better zone coverage and positioning. Draft projection and fit. First-round talent with elite run defense and tackling. Again, coverage concerns require a scheme protection early on. Best fit in a system that limits one-on-one man coverage against slot wide receivers. And I think here in Carolina, that would make sense. Let's look at his game log. And again, now that the college football playoff has expanded, it's wild to see how many games these guys are playing. But he played quite a bit, as you can see here. Looking at some of the games that really stand out, I mean, the Georgia Tech game, which went into 8 overtimes, recorded 10 total tackles, 6 solo, and 4 assists. I'd say that's probably his best game. He did have 1 pass deflection there. Going back, it's kind of a lighter season. He did have, in the opening game against Clemson, his lone interception. And outside of that, really good game against Texas, 8 total tackles, and then not so much against Notre Dame, who, of course, we know ended up going on to make it to college football playoff national championship. Now, his rankings, and this is according to Draft Buzz. At the time that I record this right now, his all-scout average is 11.8 out of all prospects, and his position rank is 3rd this is for all defensive backs. You can see on the chart here where he ranks according to all these sources. One of the things I like about NFL Draft Buzz is they aggregate the data for you, so you get an idea of where he sits among all the people that put out these ratings. So 33rd team has him as the 6th prospect. Pro Football Network is the 6th. PFF is the 7th. CBS is 8th. Draft Buzz 12. MDDB, SI, we can go down the list. ESPN has him at 19. The worst rating is NFL.com, which has him 33rd. So needless to say, in my opinion, based on the data that we have here, this guy is definitely going to be a first-round talent. It's just a matter of when we speak about this. I'm primarily speaking on the Panthers, but if you're here following another team, I do think he's in play, probably on the verge of top 10, again, in the Panthers range, but could fall back a little bit just depending on if people want to take offense. We know there's probably going to be quite a few offensive linemen that are available. So where does he sit among a team's priorities? And for the Carolina Panthers specifically, losing all 4 of their starting safeties from last year, who didn't really produce a lot. It's going to be important for the Panthers to address that. And so lots to do. I think for me, looking at the player profile, absolutely in play for the Carolina Panthers, should be a first round selection. As always, folks, this is Carolina Dad. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all have a good one.